Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time we're taking a look at the 1998 Toyota GT1 road car. So you remember last time when I drove the R390 and I said hopefully I drive something less insane next time. I lied. I'm going to drive something even worse. Yeah, I love the GT1 road car. I love the R390 road car, but the GT1 road car is perhaps, I think, the peak of homologation special road cars. When your idea of the boot where you can put the suitcase is the fuel tank, yeah, I'm in love with it. I mean, it looks like absolutely nothing else that has existed before or since. It is a literal race car for the road. Rumours are if they had actually built this as a road car, this thing would have been able to do about 260 miles an hour and been the quickest car in the world, road car at the time. But obviously they didn't build more than 25 of them for obvious reasons, because they would not have sold any of them. But if I was a billionaire in the 90s, I would have bought one. I'd have probably bought this one, to be fair. Yeah, unlike the R390 as well, I don't have as much hope in this one. The R390s have been pleasant to drive around here for the most part, you know, with the bump steadiness and all that. But the GT1 race car, we've only had one GT1, and as much as it was one of the first cars to go around, it currently sits in 40th, so yeah, a lot of stuff's been quicker than it, and I'm very scared of this car, statistically. Mid-engine rear-wheel drive, 989 horsepower. I think the only things we've had more powerful than this have been the drag cars. 900 kilos of weight. So it's over a 1-to-1 power-to-weight ratio. Yeah, I think it's the controller's trying to prevent me from driving it. That's sort of how insane this is probably going to be. Anyways, this car is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Mitsubishi GTO LM Edition, which at a time of 27.017. The GT1 road car, if it was like 4-wheel drive and not a GT1, could be threatening that, but it is, so it isn't. Yeah, so I guess the sort of the target for this car will be somewhere around the R390. The R390 set a time of a 27.922, the 97 road car a slight bit quicker than that. So that's the target for this vehicle. It's obviously going to be a challenge to try and reach that. I'm trying to think, if this can't beat that, I don't know if this is going to go quicker than the GT90. GT90 set a time of 28.180. The GT90 was mad fast, but that's because it weighed a lot, which meant it could sort of keep its power in check, and turned out to be quite nice to drive. This doesn't have that. The one thing I'm noticing as well with this vehicle is the gear ratios aren't as nice as they were in the R390. It's a little bit longer ratioed by the looks of it, which is a bit of a problem. The other thing worth bearing in mind as well between this and the R390 is the R390 can get a lot more upgrades than this can. The R390 actually you can do like weight reduction and brakes and stuff like that to it. The GT1 road car does not have any of that. The GT1 road car is as it is from factory, except giant turbo, which does make me wonder if this car might be better without the giant turbo on it. I guess we'll find out. We've managed to get one clean lap out of this so far, and it wasn't very fast, so come on GT1. I'd dearly love for this car to get into the 27s, but I'm not 100% sure it can quite beat R390 levels of quick. It's just not... It's... I mean, okay, this would be my pick, personally, between the R390 and this, just because this is, like, completely unhinged, but the R390 is a far better car to drive, no doubt. 28.017 from the GT1, and yeah, that was. It's interesting that, because it was actually, you saw it sort of on that first sector, it was actually quicker than the GTO LM edition. It's just not as nice to drive as the R390. It does not have the level of controllability that that car has. I mean, it's still phenomenally quick. There is no way around that. But again, it's one of those cars, I can't help but feel maybe this would be quicker if it didn't have the level of upgrades that the R390 did. I would hope this would have beaten the R390, but I don't think it's not quite controllable enough to do it. But it definitely got close. I think in terms of like speed, it is quicker. If you was to do like 0 to 1,000 meters, this would be quicker than the R390, but it just doesn't have the R390's level of controllability. But and that didn't have a lot of control, to be fair. But it definitely had a bit more than this. But still, a phenomenally quick car. A 28.017 will place this into 14th place, which is definitely nothing to shake a stick at. The only road cars quicker than this are the two R390s and the Roof BTR4 3.8 litre, which probably tells you something. But this is quicker than the Vector M12 LM Edition, quicker than the Ford RS200, quicker than the Ford GT40, quicker than the Ford GT90, quicker than the Mainz Lancer Evo 5. It's a very quick car, no doubt. And I do think if you were to sort of do laps over and over and over again, I think you could get it a little bit closer to the R390, to be honest, but it's not as good of a car at the end of the day. In terms of controllability and actual drivability, it's not quite as good. But I'd still have one over the R390. Incredible thing. I love it. And I can't wait to see the 99 race car go around, because I think that car will get a bit of redemption for the 98, and I think it wouldn't surprise me if the race car turns out to be a little bit quicker than this, in all honesty. Anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Next time, I promise you, I will be driving something a little bit less insane than this. But just a little bit. Until then, farewell.